Talking, happy talk. Talk about things you like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Okay. Oh, hey, Carolyn. Thank you for coming back for day 5. I think you've been to every single day, am I right? Yes. Okay. We are riding it out today. We have come to the end of our Fall in Love with Small Talk challenge. Happy talk has been the theme for the week, and we have looked at all things needed to have awesome conversations. Conversations with new people, conversations with people who you know already, but you want to go deeper, have a better connection, have more interesting interaction. This is what we've been looking at all week. So if you have been to some of the other lives, or if you've watched some of the other replays, do share with me what it is that you take away from this wonderful Fall in Love with Small Talk challenge. So we've done 5 days now, and we're just about to do the 5th and final part. So let's recap what we looked at already. So if you are a reluctant or shy or even an aspiring social pro, and you just want to be able to start up conversations with anyone, anytime, anywhere, then these are some of the pieces that you're going to need. And small talk is essentially at the center of all of them. So we've looked at the confidence to initiate new conversations. This was day 1. And that is to go up to somebody who you maybe don't know at all and create a shared context and a way of opening up the possibility for a conversation to happen. Day 2, we looked at the secret of interrupting and entering existing conversations. So how to show up in a conversation that's already happening, but you're not involved yet, and how you might enter something that was already happening without it being super awkward. Dead useful, right? Number 3, we looked at taking bland small talk or the surface chit chat down into more interesting places. So you're starting to seek and find resonance now, and you're starting to identify some places where you connect and where you can go a little bit more deep. Then yesterday we looked at the magic of asking good quality questions to uncover new ground in conversations. Fantastic next stage. So you found some places of resonance, you're now connecting and chatting, and now you're going to go, ooh, so what if, or how can we, or where are the places that neither of us have ever been before? So now we're exploring new ideas, right? And the final piece of any conversation is leaving it. So every good conversation has to come to an end, and every bad conversation must come to an end. So this is what we're going to look at today, which is the art of leaving a conversation without being rude or having it become super awkward. Okay, so that's what we're looking at today, our last day. And by then, you'll have the whole recipe. You can go and make new conversations all the time, anywhere in your life. So number 5, let's bust some myths. Oof. So the myth I want to bust here is that if you start a conversation, you have to stay in it till the bitter end. Come hell or high water, even if it's crap. It's not true! Hooray! It's not true. You don't have to stay in the conversation at all. It is perfectly reasonable to move on from a conversation that isn't working, isn't flowing. It's totally fine. Not only is it fine, it's actually a nice thing to do. They might also find it hard to leave conversations, so why don't you just do everyone a favor and make it end? If you don't want to be there, it's not respectful to stay there. So let's look at how you might do that. The main thing is to wait for the natural break or pause or lull. Now these happen all the time in existing dynamics, and some of them are afforded you by the natural flow of the event. So say you've gone out for dinner, you you have a drink first, and then you have the main bit of food, and then you have a dessert. So there you've already got 2 opportunities. So you have a drink first. If it's really not where you want to be, you can get out of that quite quickly. Or there's a pause between the before you have dessert, or go for coffee. Then those are 2 other natural breaks. Or perhaps you've gone for a meeting, the main stuff has been discussed, but now you're kind of moving into extracurricular conversation. It's another little break in the conversation that's quite natural. It's a lovely opportunity and window that you can use in order to get out of the conversation. So the other piece, which is key here, is signposting. We talked about signposting in yesterday and even the day before a little bit. And the signposting is the signaling to their brain as that you might not stay there for a long time. This is super helpful, really, really valuable, and makes it less awkward if you then go, I'm going to go now. They're prepared for that, right? So let me give you some structure to work with. So here you've got pre-signals. Okay, so pre-signals are, you're meeting up with somebody, you're going to caveat the conversation with a time frame or an expectation that you might not be there for very long, which might sound like, although I can't stay long, I'm really happy to have a quick chat, right? Because you're not sure how this is going to go. You want your get out of jail free card, so you show your get out of jail free card at the top of the conversation, and then you have an easy get out later when you bring it up as you want to leave. Perhaps you have got a natural lull and you don't want to stay, so you're going to go, I'm really enjoying our conversation, but unfortunately I'm going to have to leave in a moment. So you've done a signal. You're going to allow the conversation to let that ripple through, and then you can introduce the idea that now you're actually going to leave. Thank you very much. It's been lovely. See you again sometime, right? Or you've got another piece, which is it's always good to be kind. So you might want to say, thank you so much for sharing your story. I really enjoyed the bit about fill in the blank. And I'm just going to take this opportunity to say goodbye, as I have to be somewhere else shortly. You don't even have to say the last bit. You just say, I'm just going to take this opportunity to say goodbye as I've got to go. Right? So the main thing is pre-signal what's going to happen rather than just go, I'm not interested anymore, goodbye. Because that's harsh, rude, unkind. It's always good to pre-signal and then allow the next bit to move through and then actually leave. So the thing about signaling is it gives their brain a chance to get used to the idea that you're about to end this conversation. And when that doesn't happen, that's when it falls, the conversation falls off a cliff, and it feels really awkward when you don't pre-signal. And there was something else I wanted to share with you about pre-signaling, which is what was the other thing I wanted to say? I can't remember. It's gone. It's the end of the week. Oof. But the main thing is signaling your intention is the kind way to end a conversation. Using the natural gaps gives you a lovely natural place to be able to do that. So wait for those, and just always make them feel that you were grateful to have been there. That the time that you did have together was nice, and now it's coming to a natural end for you. So you're not responsible for the other person's feelings, but at the same time, it's just nice to be nice to people, right? Because no one likes to feel like they are being rejected, and you can't look after their feeling of rejection, but you can at least give them a soft landing if this is something that they might find upsetting or get triggered by. So just give soft landings and use the natural breaks, and always pre-signal before you are going to go, or at the top of the conversation. Yeah. So not so hard, right? Really, it's just about signaling and using the natural pauses. And then you can end and leave a conversation fairly easily. You can't always eliminate all the awkwardness that might show up, or their response. They might be very sensitive to people not wanting to chat to them, or have a strong rejection story. You're not responsible for that. And that's really important to remember when you want to get out of a conversation. As long as you continue to be clear and kind and respectful, then you've done your bit. And that's enough. And that's really all you can ever do at the end of the day. Yeah. So let me know if that resonates, if that's useful, or if you have any experiences or stories to share. Do pop them in the comments here or into the comments on the replay, because it's wonderful to hear how this lands with you and how you use it, how you use these tips in real life, in your own life, or how you intend to use them. I love hearing how this ripples out into the real world. And do share with me what you're taking away from today's Fall in Love with Small Talk tips. Yeah, I love the being kind idea. Honestly, it's simple, right? It's like it's such an easy thing, but we get wrapped up in our own anxiety of leaving a conversation sometimes, and what that means is that we forget to look after the whole interaction, because you're part of a whole interaction. And so by using these lovely little signposts, you indicate and prepare their brain and their nervous system for the fact that you're going to leave. Yeah, great. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I hope you have enjoyed the last 5 days. And if you haven't seen some of the other videos, then go back and find them on my feed. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different videos to watch and learn about how to fall in love with small talk and its many advantages to conversations, such as signposting and signaling at the top, during and at the end of the conversation, how to make it go into new places. You've got how to find resonance and things that you connect on. You've also got initiating and creating a shared space as you at the very top of a conversation, so that they know that you're in this together and there might be something worth exploring here. Really, honestly, if you hopefully by the end of all the videos, you are as in love with small talk as I am. All right, I'm going to roll out. Thank you so much. It's been a fab week. I've loved sharing these tips with you. And small talk is just the best. It's just the absolute best. So go enjoy the recipe, use the tips, take the phrases and the prompts into your real life conversations, and may it provide you many a wonderful conversation and interaction going forwards. You're so welcome. See you again. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, next month we're focusing on dating conversations and dating and flirting. And if you're already in a relationship, it's still good to get these tools, because actually it's just a different type of conversation. And that's quite a fun thing to explore anyway. And you can always pass them on to a friend as advice if they are dating and finding it tricky. All right, I'll see you in August for all things dating conversations. Goodbye! Off we go. Oh, Ella, thank you for writing us out. Happy talking, happy talk. Talk about things you like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Go forth, have wonderful conversations, and I'll see you in August for the same, but on dating.